My nephew, Tyler, is 18. He came out this week, and his dad didn't take it well. My sister asked me if I would let him stay with me until her husband calmed down and let him move back in. I'm not close with my nephew due to past behavior and the fact that he's been a bully to my son, 15 male, since they were kids. That was something we tried working out, but Tyler never seemed to learn. Since my sister didn't do much because of her boys will be boys mentality, I limited interaction. Then last year, Tyler antagonized my son on social media. Before that happened, my son went through something traumatic that I won't get into details about here, but it left him with a lot of anxiety about going out. He made a celebratory post about going to the grocery store for the first time in months by himself without getting a panic attack. Tyler decided to call him a pussy and asked why is he getting excited about something so stupid and not even a big deal. I confronted Tyler directly because he knew what my son had experienced. He wasn't apologetic because he was jokingly giving him a hard time and didn't mean it in a bad way. This time I told my sister, Tyler is to stay away from my son completely. This new situation doesn't change the fact that I don't want Tyler near him. Even with the promise that he won't do anything, I can't trust him. He's done it before when I'm not around until it pushes my son to tell me finally. That's why I'm apparently an idiot to him, given this challenging and emotional moment he's going through. My wife and I said we could pitch in for him to stay somewhere. Our other family lives far and he's still in school, but not in our house. The reason she refuses this is that Tyler needs to be with family at the moment, and things are complicated at their house right now. She's trying to calm things down, but says it could be a long while since her husband doesn't want him back at all. If things had been different, I'd accept him into our home in a heartbeat, but not if it means putting my son in a position to be bullied. My mom understands how awful Tyler has been to my son, the way he's tormented him, and that we've tried to make things work. However, in this situation, she does think I'm not a good uncle and an idiot because of what Tyler is currently going through, that it's more serious. They're both on us about this, but we have had to say no. Are we idiots? Not the idiot. I hate that boys will be boys crap. So you're supposed to let your son get bullied because your nephew is having a hard time? What about your son? I'm sorry, but your mom can be considered an idiot here as well. Perhaps your sister should move her husband out of the house before he calms down. I empathize with the gay nephew. However, he uses the bullying to make him feel better about his situation, and you have to prioritize your son. Your sister won't understand this, as her priority is her son and his well-being, rather than the issue it'll cause your immediate family members. You are not the idiot. Update: am I the idiot for not letting my nephew, who recently came out, live with us after getting kicked out? Well, it appears I've been deceived, or almost at least by my sister and Tyler. My mom claimed she had no idea, and now she's angry at them too. I had some time this weekend to chat with my brother-in-law, Tyler's dad, because honestly, despite Tyler's awful behavior, I was disgusted at any parent disowning their child for their choice to come out. So I called him to talk, not only to give him a piece of my mind, but also to understand why he's even like this. Like I said in a previous comment, his late brother was gay, and he never had a problem with that. It was just a shock to see him have such a strong adverse reaction. Or maybe he'd always been secretly against it, and now it's different because it's his son? I don't know. That's why I called. He had no idea what I was talking about. So there was more to the story than my sister was telling. Tyler came out to them months ago, and him getting kicked out wasn't the reason at all. I was super skeptical about this, because it seemed like maybe he was trying to play innocent to avoid getting crapped on, until he went and got my sister to tell him exactly what she told me. They got into a fight. Then my sister finally told me no, her husband didn't kick Tyler out of the house for being gay, since they were aware of it for months. He got into some trouble at school that he'd lied about, and while he was grounded, Tyler had taken his dad's car without permission and messed it up. He said it seems like one thing after another, especially how he was acting with their other kids, which was the straw that broke the camel's back for him, and told Tyler to get out. After the whole thing, I was furious with my sister. She apologized a million times. Her only excuse was she was desperate for Tyler to have a place to stay and hoped the whole gay thing would make me reconsider until her husband cooled down and let Tyler come back. I've had a day to calm down, told my mom how my sister lied. Now at least we're more secure in our decision and don't feel like idiots at all for not letting him come with us. Tyler is at a friend's house now. I don't know if his dad plans to let him move back in, but one thing is certain, he's not staying here with us at all. Not for what he's done to my son, and especially not after knowing the real reason he's not at his parents anymore. That's their mess to deal with now. Wow, so Tyler got in trouble at school and lied about it? So your sister punishes him and then proceeds to lie about the reason he got kicked out to manipulate you? I see where Tyler gets it from. Good on you for sticking to your guns. So your sister solves problems by lying to her family, financially taking advantage of her family, and then acts like the victim. Jesus Christ. I think you made the right choice for the health of your family's well-being. Chances are your son would be tormented in the one place he's supposed to feel safe. Kudos to you, Pops. Your sister's family sounds like they need some therapy. I hope Tyler can get some before he makes a bad choice that's more permanent. I, 22 female, am getting married to my partner of 6 months next week. This is my dream wedding, and I couldn't be happier it's that close. To give some background info, my BFF is a man. We've been best friends since we were kids, and he is the closest person I have in my life. He started dating his now fiancée when he turned 18, and they got engaged in December 2020. They're the same age. At first, I was very supportive of their relationship, but once I realized he started prioritizing her, I didn't like it, and I admit I said some things I'm not proud of. I tried to break them up so I'd be the #1 woman in his life. After some horrible things were said on my side, my BFF went no contact with me until recently when I sent him the wedding invite. He congratulated me on my wedding, but wanted me to clarify that his fiancée was invited since her name was not written on the invite. I said no, she's not welcome there. He asked me why, and I said because I don't feel comfortable having the woman who is why my best friend is not speaking to me at my wedding. He said I'm responsible for how our friendship turned out since I didn't respect their boundaries and made multiple attempts to break them up, and I can't blame his fiancée for that. I said I know, but she should just move on now, and unless she moves on from what happened, I'm not comfortable around her. BFF said I haven't even apologized to her, and that I'm a hypocrite for saying she should move on without an apology, and how I say I feel uncomfortable around her, when I'm the one who tried to get between them and ruin their relationship. He said thanks for the invite, but he won't attend without the woman he loves, since it would seem like he's enabling my unapologetic behavior. I spoke to some of our common friends about it, and some of them said my BFF is being ridiculous. In contrast, others say I'm the idiot for treating him and his fiancée like that, and causing many problems to their relationship, and then expecting him to show up without his fiancée, as if nothing happened. You are the idiot, and sorry, but the woman who was the reason your friend stopped speaking to you will definitely be at your wedding, because she's you. Surely you can see the hypocrisy in planning your marriage while telling your friend he needs to remain single so that you can be the #1 priority? Let him live his life, preferably as far away from you as possible. OP talks about valuing friendships in the comments, but she sounds like a horrible friend. She tried to trash your friend's happiness because she was jealous. She won't even offer an apology and still blames his fiancé when it was all OP's fault. Good on her ex-BFF for cutting her out of his life. After all, who needs enemies when you have friends like OP? You're acting jealous and controlling, and he's not even your partner. He's your friend. You're marrying someone after only being with them for 6 months while being in love with said BFF. You rushed this relationship because your BFF got engaged and it wasn't to you. Newsflash, it won't ever be you. You are the idiot. The title of this story should be, Why My Marriage Won't Last. OP, you are engaged, and not to your ex-BFF. What are you doing? Your BFF is right not to be speaking to you. You crossed a boundary. You admit to trying to break them up, but yet you fail to recognize you are the one who broke your friendship and seem to see no reason to apologize to both of them. He is right. His fiancée should be invited, and good for him for not attending unless she does. You are the problem here, and honestly, I hope your fiancé sees this, realizes you are toxic, and runs far, far away. It will save you both wasted years and a ton of money in the wedding and impending divorce. I am 29 female, a stay-at-home mom. I take care of the home and my son while my husband, Sam, 31, works. I hadn't had a job in 4 years, as Sam wanted me to be a stay-at-home mom when our son was born. I accepted since Sam had an absurdly good salary, and mine was not that great. My mom fell ill half a year ago. Her diabetes became quite complicated, and she needed some medical care. We don't live in the U.S., so the expenses were relatively small. I asked Sam to please give me half of the total medical bill, since my brother, 25, would pay the other half. Unfortunately, Sam refused to pay a penny from the bill, and since I had no income, my brother had to pay it all. Sadly, my mom passed away a month ago. My brother and I just got the whole estate in order. Each of us will get a somewhat considerable sum, since my mother had some properties which she did not sell, as they are in poor condition. This morning, my husband told me he wants me to sell my part of the inheritance to make some non-vital house repairs and possibly go on vacation. I laughed, more out of anger than anything else, and told him that he had no right to suggest how to make use of the inheritance that my mother left when he refused even to pay half of her medical bills. He called me an idiot and went to work. I got a call from his extremely angry sister. She called me irrational and told me that since I was living off the money Sam earned, I had no right to demand money from him, and that the inheritance allows me to return some of the money he had spent on me. The call really got me thinking, and now I wonder if I'm behaving like an idiot. Not the idiot, and I would seriously consider using that inheritance money to divorce your husband. This is financial abuse on his part. He is an idiot and throwing out some major red flags. These men who want their wives to stay at home, only to hold it against them financially, are awful. It's such a trap, OP. And he wants to have her spend that money right away so he can continue to control her. This is the first time that OP has any financial power. She would be wise to retain it. Not to mention, the sister and husband are completely discounting her tending to the children and home, as if she's not supporting the family as well. What year is this? Who still does this? OP, don't fall for it. You're so not the idiot. Instead, hold on to that inheritance like your future depends on it, because it does. Not the idiot. Girl, this is a red flag city. He's financially abusing you, or trying to. He's trying to leave you without options. He needs to get himself sorted out before you do it for him. Don't let him near that money or any investment properties. Make sure his name isn't on anything. Also, his sister has absolutely no say in this matter. Not her marriage, not her money. My dad married my stepmom when I was 7, and back then, they asked if I would like to call her mom. I said no. For about a month after, they would regularly ask me why I didn't want to call her mom, brought me to a therapist, asked if there were things she or they could do for me to call her mom. Dad suggested maybe adoption, etc. I said no. I didn't want to call her mom. She wasn't my mom. After a month and seeing a therapist twice in that time, they asked me to call her my bonus mom. They said it would make her happy, but it's not straight mom, and it's also not stepmom, which makes her sound unloving. I said I didn't like bonus mom, but they kept saying it was the best compromise, etc. So I gave in and called her bonus mom except around my friends. I called her stepmom around them because I always felt like it was doing what they wanted, but getting to do what I wanted in private. It came back to bite me in the butt because one of my friends who was new to my friend group and not aware of all the history called her my stepmom when she came over to my house. And the truth came out that to my friend she was stepmom, not bonus mom. She was upset. My dad told me it was very deceitful to pretend I was using bonus mom. I told him I was using bonus mom whenever they were with family and using stepmom around my friends. He told me that was still deceitful because I was doing it behind their back. He told me that they thought I had warmed up to calling her bonus mom. I said no. He admitted they hoped with time bonus would fall and she would just become mom. I told him I knew they wanted that, but my mom, who died when I was 5, always had that special place in my heart, and my stepmom could never get that close. He asked me if I couldn't use bonus mom all of the time out of love for her. I admitted I didn't love her enough to do that. I don't think either of them is bad, by the way. I know my stepmom loves me and just wants to feel the same love back. She's been kind to me and very loving. It's me who just never loved her with the same intensity or with the same closeness I love my parents. So this is just me wondering if I am for doing this behind their backs. Am I the idiot? Not the idiot. Bonus mom? Way to muddy the waters. Use a term that no one thinks is normal. She is a stepmom by the very definition. You were kind to play along with their mental illness. I cannot understand why the counselor didn't support you and back them off of this ridiculous notion. That's messed up. Your friends calling her stepmom would make sense, even if you called her bonus mom, because they aren't stupid. You calling her bonus mom at home is what they asked for and what you have done. If bonus mom loves you, she should be the one going to the therapist to work through her feelings of inadequacy so she can understand that the special bond you have with your birth mom is important to you. Not the idiot. Strong not the idiot. She is your stepmom. I can get that she feels distant, but that's her problem, not your problem. I'd expect an adult to just suck it up and deal with it, but neither of your parents seem to be up to that task. Your stepmom is most likely making a fuss about it, and I blame your dad for going along with therapy for this. Background info. I, 58 female, have a daughter, 22. I am very anti-tattoo, and my daughter is very aware of this. When she left to go to college, I told her that she was not allowed to get a tattoo as long as I was paying for her school. Since I was paying for her undergrad, she followed my rules. When she was getting ready to start grad school about 1.5 years ago, which she was paying for, she went out and got a tattoo of a butterfly on her shoulder that's about the size of my fist. I didn't know about it until 6 months ago when she finally mentioned it. I hate it. I think it's ugly and gross. The current situation. My daughter is moving back in with me and my mother to complete her internship required for her master's degree. I told her that she has to wear clothing that covers the tattoo when she's in the house because I don't want to see it. She says that's not fair because it's very hot where we live and she likes to wear tank tops and stuff. I said it's my house, so it's my rules, and she's welcome to find other living arrangements if she doesn't like it. I know that she cannot find other arrangements because the internship is unpaid, so she has no option except to live with me for free. My mother doesn't really like tattoos either, but she hasn't said anything about this situation except to say that she's staying out of it. I think I might be the idiot because she is an adult who can make her own choices, but I cannot stand the tattoo, and I'm so disappointed that she made a choice to get one. So, am I the idiot? You are the idiot. It may be your house, but it's not your body. Also, she's finishing up her master's. It sounds like she's got a good head on her shoulders and is intelligent. So why not be positive about that instead of being negative about her tattoos? To be honest, you're an adult. Act like it. It's not even an offensive tattoo, yet you're willing to kick your child to the curb over it? She's a grown woman in school trying to make something of herself, and all you see is a butterfly tattoo? Yes, you are the idiot. Do you actually have a legitimate reason behind hating tattoos? Or are you one of those parents that need to control every aspect of their child's life? Why do you care about a small butterfly tattoo? How does it actually affect you? It's not like your daughter is a bum. It just sounds like you're making a mountain out of a molehill. Also, something to contemplate. Which is bigger, your hatred of tattoos or your love for your daughter? Because one of those two things will shape your relationship with her. Your call which one.